Hey, good morning. It's Friday and everyone's looking forward to the weekend, so I'm going to keep this as short as possible. But there, of course, is a lot going on in the news, and I just want to share with you what I saw. So here in Finland, Sanna Marin went to visit Ukraine and talk with Zelensky, talking about unity and everything else. But look at her face right here. She saw something and she does not know how to hold in what she just saw. I'm just saying, she knows the truth. We all know that. But let's keep moving on. Yeah, Finland here. I said I watch hockey, even though I know that a lot of sports, if not all, is rigged. But I still enjoy watching, brainless, thoughtless, cheering and just looking at who's going to win. It doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't affect me, but I enjoy watching. And Finland won, and they're going to be moving on. But of course, here in Finland, they're talking about the monkeypox and how they're just not sure yet, but they have a man who might have the case of that monkeypox. But it hasn't been diagnosed yet, so we're just going to have to wait and see. But don't worry, it's not as easily transmissible as, the other things that are going on. Ugh, anyway. And of course, I saw in the news that there's an NRA convention going on. Now, just looking at the logo alone should be clear enough to you what our thoughts are on all this. Sure, you got the bull with the star right on it. That's enough right there on its own. But of course, the NRA equals 33, right? 150 years strong. There's 15. But then 14 acres of guns and gear. Well, 14 G&G, that's the first thing I thought of was 14 and 14. There's your 7777. 4 sevens in a row. But, of course, when you write in the word acres of guns and gear, it equals 66. It's quite clear. So we know they love all their numbers and symbols and more. And they were talking about how Trump, they had a whole show yesterday. I missed it watching hockey, but I wouldn't have cared anyway. But talking about how Trump's going to be speaking at CPAC. I couldn't see and find the lady that was talking there because she said something that struck me. But as soon as I went looking for a video, I found this. You got to hear this.
They can, because their priorities are backwards. Every one of the Abraham Accords was a bilateral agreement between Israel and another country, with the United States in all cases sort of at the apex of the triangle, providing whatever comfort, support, economic aid, whatever it was. The United States was there behind the two Abraham Accord parties to give them the assurances and the guidance that the United States would project its values and its strength into the region. With the United States in all cases sort of at the apex of the triangle, the assurances and the guidance that the United States would project its values and its strength into the region.
USA at the apex and bringing its values and strengths to the region. Very interesting. You might say that, they're good Christian values. No, we know better than that. Come on. We know better when you can see all the symbolism all around America. I'm not just saying America. This is happening everywhere, but we know who's behind it all. And we know who owns, let's just start with media. We know it. Okay? And to see and understand all this, you guys know all this. The Israel Supreme Court clearly shows us exactly who they are as well, right? We understand what's going on. I just couldn't believe that I clicked on exactly that moment. And we know about the Abraham Accord. We understand. Look at the logo. I'll zoom in for you. Hold on. I wasn't going to zoom in because most of you already understand and you've seen this, but to those maybe that haven't, look at all the symbolism even there. And at the top is a star. Who is the fallen star? That's Lucifer. And right behind it is Saturn. And that represents Satan. It makes perfect sense. We know who America and Israel are currently. And who is running the show. Who even the Israelis think they are. And how they've gotten all presidents to sign the 7 Noahide laws. If you don't understand those, ask me. I have a video. And they consider everybody else to be goy. That is like poop or the scum off the bottom of your shoe. I hope you realize that. But we know better who we are, especially in Jesus Christ. We know. But to understand who is the Crown Council of 13 and who is at that top of that pyramid, we know. we know exactly who it is. And he was called the Rothschilds, is still called the Rothschild, but it was called Red Shield. That is the translation behind it. And if you don't still understand and see how Trump is fully aware of what's going on, how he had his daughter date the Rothschild son, then you're clearly blind. And that's all I can say, okay? But I have other videos on it, MAGA and many others. A lot of them got deleted. I'll try to add some over the weekend on my other channel. This is what I was going to touch on yesterday. And just hearing what they said even in this one, I'm just going to have you hear it from their mouth. Take a listen.
Well, a lot of revelations that came out yesterday in this hearing, Diane, what we heard was mostly from the FDA. They said that there were egregiously unsanitary conditions at this plant. They said that they were shocking conditions inside this plant. There was this whistleblower report. Somebody had filed concerns to the FDA last fall. That got lost in the mailroom, didn't make its way to the FDA leadership until spring. Now, to be sure, the FDA and CDC say they do not have conclusive evidence that this plant caused these children's illnesses, but they also...
This shortage is only really happening in the U.S. Why?
Well, that's another thing. So 4 companies control 90% of the market. We have a trade and tax policies that protect domestic suppliers. So we possibly need to open this up to global suppliers.
So she said it herself. There's 4 major companies. Now that's major companies in the U.S. So how was there a shortage then? How exactly? We already know. We know the answer to this. And she stumbled there. Did you hear that? She forgot her line. Or maybe she didn't know what else to say because that was the only line she was given. That's exactly how I'm seeing it. But it's the order out of chaos. We understand it. They already had the solution. They already had the plan before they started this. But let's just keep moving on. I could not believe there was a shooting outside of Toronto, in Scarborough. I used to live in Scarborough. A police kill a man seen carrying a rifle in Scarborough. They shot him dead because he was too close to a school. All schools went in lockdown. Wow. I don't know what else to say right now, but I'm just sharing what I saw. I'm not going to go deeper. And of course, we all heard about Ray Liota passing away. He died in his sleep. Very, very interesting. I'm not going to look at anything more than that to tell you. Plus, Depeche Mode founding keyboardist Andy Fletcher dies at 60, both in their 60s. Natural causes, they say. All I can think of is we know he belonged to Depeche Mode, right? Absolutely. But I believe that it's a matter of the heart, right? Anything else going on right now that's causing heart issues, but I can't say. I honestly cannot say more. I do not want my channel to be taken down. There was also an earthquake that happened in East Timor, just sharing just what I saw. Look, I can share with you so many great YouTubers, Enter the Stars, Shaking My Head, Nicholson 1968, so many others that I have listened to and still listen to, even though, we have to listen closely, right? Many Fish also has many fishers. He shared something about exactly what's going on. I'll share you the link if you're interested. So many great ones out there. All I can say is listen to whoever, but test everything that you hear, including from me. There's my channels, and in case I do get a strike, I'm always on my 4th, and then 5th is my backup to my backup plus old videos, and also I have others in BitChute that were taken down out of YouTube due to YouTube or the person who I did the video on. So I can't leave without reminding you of something from the Bible, because we always need strength, especially before the weekend. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Remember, he loves you, and he loves each and every one of us, and he'll see us through all the way to the end, regardless of what chaos is all around us. All right, that's it, guys. God bless you. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you here Monday. Till next time.